Hey guys, Adam from Fabrication here. I want to walk you through today the install video and the overview of our rear cargo basket. One of the things we're going to talk about first is the stuff that comes in your kit. So obviously you have the cargo basket itself. You've got the hanging brackets that mount to the sport cage. And these are the hanging brackets that actually connect to this bracket to support the load of your cargo basket. And of course a bag of hardware that comes with the kit. So we're going to start kind of talking about that. One of the first things we need to do is we're going to prep these two items with some foam tape to stop any vibration, to kind of isolate the metal-to-metal contact, and to protect the paint inside the vehicle. So we'll start there. All right, so we've got some foam tape here. Here the parts are laid out. What we're going to do is cut some of the strip. This is supplied to you. It's a one-sided adhesive foam backing. We're going to cut a piece about that big in that location, just kind of in between hole to hole, something like that. We're going to apply that right to the center of that bracket here. So just something like that. Something like that. There we go. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Measure it out here, eyeball it. And apply it right there. All right, so that's good for the brackets themselves. Now as for the load or support bracket, we've got some material left here. We're gonna put a piece here just between those two slotted holes. One more piece in between these two. And the same thing on the other side. And again, all we're trying to do is to protect the paint of the product, but also stop any vibration that could occur or rattling of the cargo basket itself. So as soon as we have this on, okay, now we're ready for the install. And the first part of the installation are the actual hanging brackets themselves. And where this goes, if you look inside the vehicle, we're going to remove the speaker bolt in this location. And this bracket is going to go in between the speaker bracket and the sport cage. And you have supplied hardware to go here. We're going to reuse this location and the supplied hardware that goes here. So we're going to start by removing this bolt. This is the only one you have to remove to pull this back away, to put the bracket, to sandwich the bracket in between the speaker and the sport frame. All right, we've got that removed. Now we're going to take this, we're going to pull the speaker out a little bit and drop it in between that. There's a plastic bung on the back side of that. And take our Torx bit supplied hardware. We'll just get this guy started here a little bit. And then we're going to put back in that factory bolt and run that in. And after that, this is done, basically we're just going to torque these down. All right, so now we've got both bolts torqued down, the factory speaker bolt and the supplied hardware we gave you for the hanger bracket. This is 1/4 inch plate. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. All right, now that we've got the hanging brackets in a location, we're going to put in our support bracket. In this particular build, we're going to install at the lowest setting. So there's adjustments all the way up. One of the ideas behind the design was at the lowest setting, it kind of matches the profile of the Bronco if the hard top was off or the soft top is down. So we'll install it here. We're just going to put these in the lowest setting. Bolt, washer, and nut. We're going to put them both. And we're just going to get the nuts started on the back side in both locations. We'll wait to adjust the height and the location after we get everything started. So bolt, washer through the mounting plate, the load support, and the hanging bracket. And now we're just going to, again, just start the nut on the back. Those are nylock nuts, so we're just going to start till the nylock hits and leave it hanging. Do this to both sides, then we'll worry about putting the cargo basket in. One of the things we designed with this lower setting is when the cargo basket's into position, not necessarily a security deck, but in the fact that it encompasses the entire back of the cargo area. So if the vehicle's closed and locked, you can't access any of the stuff that you might store underneath the cargo basket. All right, now that we've got the load support brackets in place, time to set the cargo basket in place. So we're going to set the cargo basket up on the support brackets kind of center it left to right, then we're gonna start to put our hardware in. Same thing, we're gonna put our hardware through, just start all the nuts, just so everything's somewhat situated before we center and set it up exactly where we want it. So we're gonna set it in there, and kind of the same thing here. We're gonna do a bolt washer through the top, drop it through, and underneath a washer and nut. And there's 6 locations, 3 per side. So we're gonna get those started real quick, and then we'll do all the adjustment. All right, now that we've got them all started, what I wanna do is, now we're gonna kind of center it left to right. The holes are slotted on the support bracket, so we have adjustability front to back and side to side. So right now you can either measure this or just kind of get a good feel that there's same equidistance from the edge of the basket to the hanging bracket, which that's in a good spot there. So now we're gonna go ahead and tighten the bolts for the cargo basket itself, and then we're gonna kind of adjust that angle and where we want this located. All right, we've got all 6 bolts through the cargo basket itself to the support brackets. Now we're gonna kind of adjust that front to back. What we like to do is get this thing nice and level. I shove it all the way back just so it's touching the seat. That just, again, helps any vibration, any dampening. This particular Bronco has a seat recline, so I've got it in a full back position. So that way, if you ever want to use the recline, you're able to do so. So we've got it in position now. Now we can tighten the 2 bolts on each side, and our install's done. After that's done, you can still see that you can access the 12-volt plug here. There's enough room to get your hand under here and plug into. And then one of the other things we've also incorporated into the cargo basket is, one, you have some mounts here all the way around the perimeter. The basket can go either way, logo in, logo out. And along the inside of the basket, you see all these slotted holes. So that's if you use a bungee cargo basket or tie down straps, bungee cords, whatever, you have an area to latch it to all the way around the perimeter of the cargo basket. So that's it. We've got the install done, everything's tight. You can see it's a very rigid mount. That's it, it's a pretty simple install, straightforward, no cutting, drilling required. Hope you guys like our new GOAT Fabrication 4-door cargo basket.